Hi, Ian Roberts and Mastering Composition. Normally when we think of beauty, we think of nature and flowers and vistas and things that are lush. Well, 2 weeks ago I showed you a photograph I was thinking to paint of a junkyard. And I can't tell you, there were so many comments of people saying, oh, I'm really looking forward to seeing what you do with that. And it's really interesting because in a sense, the idea of beauty here is in the shape making, in the design, obviously not in the subject. The subject's a junkyard. When we think of beauty and junkyards, they don't really equate, right? Paul Valéry, the French poet, had an expression, to see is to forget the name of the thing one sees. And when I was painting that, I couldn't name half the things I was painting. I was just having to paint little shapes and respond to the light and the dark and the shape of it. So here's the image from last week. And when you see the same image divided in thirds, you see that that whole idea of the rule of thirds is not really creating very dramatic images, very dramatic designs, because you can see in this case, we've got the tension of the center of interest well off the third. So this painting is in oils in a 10 by 12, and I've added 2 colors, raw umber and ivory black. And you'll find the list of colors on my palette down below. So you go down, it'll probably say show more. You click on that and just scroll down, you'll see all the colors down there. So just before we begin, please do like the video if you like it. Please do subscribe, sign up for my email list, and share this video with your friends if you think you have someone who would like it. So let's begin. I've blocked in most of that with a pretty big brush. I'm using a slightly smaller one now in these small spaces. But notice that it's a lot darker than in the photograph, but much warmer, because I'm getting these big shapes of the shadows. We're getting a really good temperature shift as we go. And you can see some pretty careful drawing that I've done, making sure I know where everything is. But as I paint in the shadows here, you see that I'm just leaving most of it behind. I'm just going to be painting all the sort of the same value, all in shadow, but just sort of get these basic shapes in there that I'll finish later with more drawing. So then there's the sunlight hitting that door, and just drawing in here with a dark, sort of to get some of those shadows underneath things. But it's just really paying attention to that big set of the shadows and the light and how it's all coming together at this center of interest. So now we're getting the shadow side of those 2 pots or whatever they are. And a couple of little touches, like that little touch of, I don't even know what that is, but a little thing of light there. And then we have the finished block in. And you can see that I'm really thinking in terms of the big, broad shapes of light and dark. And really, it already works, doesn't it? The design is carrying it. And now we'll have a look at what happens when I start to draw in what where I'm going to be starting to pull the subject matter out of it now. So you can see that I'm just taking a darker here, a dark, and I'm drawing in now like the right-hand side of whatever that thing is back there. I don't know, and the other side like that. So there's a dark to kind of define it. There's a window or something up there. And then this is that, I don't even know what that thing is, but there's the dark side of it, the shadow side, and then now the lit side of it. Now I'm just kind of going along now, finishing it as I go. So there's the 2 strokes for, I don't know, it's a hubcap or something. And there I'm going darker to sort of define that thing a little bit more. And there's the shadow coming up the door. And then look at this, I've sort of created some background stuff there, a little line, a couple of lines, and all of a sudden, oh, I see, that's a palette. And then I don't know what that thing is either. Forget the name of the thing one sees. It's just some weird thing that's stuck there, and there's 2 little marks, and in they go. So there's a little hit of sunlight, not too much, so it doesn't pull our attention away, and then it's sort of defining that thing back there, and a little bit of hit of light along the top of that, a little bit of light there. Just lighten that a little bit so it's not quite so dark, and a little hit of light there, and then there's the finished image. And you can see it really holds together in terms of that initial idea big simple shapes all coming together into this big pile of junk over there on the left-hand side that is defined enough to let us know, oh, I see everything that's going on here. Could it be finished more? Well, of course. Could it be improved by finishing it more? Maybe not. Just rendering it more accurately might not make a better painting. Sometimes it's better just to leave it when you think you've got it. Is we have this as the center of interest in these big shapes leading to it. But also notice that these things back here, they are pulling our attention to the back of the painting. And we have this nice interplay between going back and coming here, so that there's a nice kind of pull around the picture plane rather than just sort of getting trapped here and not being able to get out. So in a painting like this, I'm trying to do the most, describe the most with the least. I definitely don't want to overwork it, I don't want to over-render it, and I don't want to kill it with finish. So I hope you enjoyed that. Please do like the video if you enjoyed it. Please do subscribe. Do sign up for my email list so you can receive these videos every Tuesday in your inbox. And please do share it with your friends if you think someone would be interested. So have a great week. I'll see you on Tuesday. All the very best. Bye for now.